We're going to talk today a little bit about two-strike situations. The Orioles in the past couple of years have been awful in these situations. One of the teams that give up the most home runs and base hits in those situations. It should be in favor of the pitcher, but we're not making it that way. Let's look at the graphic right here and see. Look at all of this. This season with two strikes, 113 hits allowed, which is the most in Major League Baseball. As I remind you, this is a situation where the pitchers have control of the hitters. The hitters don't have control of the pitchers. 27 runs allowed is the most in Major League Baseball also. You see the 214 opposition batting average, which is the highest in Major League Baseball. Now, 214, you wouldn't think it's a good batting average, but with two strikes on every hitter in all of baseball, a 214 batting average is the highest in Major League Baseball. 202 strikeouts, 27th in Major League, almost last in Major League Baseball, getting strikeouts in those situations. So what do you have to do, and what do I think the Orioles should do in order to improve? I've got to go and bring in one of the best hitters in the American League and put him in the batter's box, because we got him in a two-strike situation. Rob, you going to be able to handle this situation?
I'll be able to handle this situation, Rick.
But I want to tell you what I would do with Rob, because I know he's one of the better hitters in baseball, and I know he's got a little bit of power. But when I've got the advantage, I want to make sure my pitcher knows exactly what I want to do. When I give a target 2 strikes and no balls, all right, and I'm going to sit down here on the outside corner, I want him to know that the ball's going to be in the dirt. I may point at the ground at some point before I get set up. I may give the target exactly on the ground, because I do not want to make a mistake giving a target at the knee, have the pitcher miss above my target a little bit, and be right there in the happy zone for him. I want the glove on the ground. I know the ball's going to be in the dirt, so I'm going to be ready to block it. And when he swings, I'll block the ball, and I'll throw him out at first base. Now, one of the other big mistakes that pitchers make, and which is probably more than 90% of all of baseball, wants to move in on the right-hand hitter or the left-hand hitter and give the target up in the zone, because some of the percentages say that hitters don't hit high for an average up there. I beg to differ with them, because you've got to give the right target. When you go to put, most catchers will sit on this inside, they stop right here because they can't see over the glove to the release point of the pitcher. So they leave the target in this position right here. That's the happy zone. This is where my really good hitter, Robbie, right here, wants to see a nice fastball right here, middle in, for a double or a home run, wouldn't you, Rob?
Yes.
Okay. But I'm going to make sure that my pitcher knows exactly. I'm going to move a little bit more, middle in on this half, and I'm going to give the target off to the side of my head, so I know that that pitcher sees that this target is above the belt, right underneath the hands of the hitter. That's where the percentages pay off. You leave it right here, you give them a good chance to get a hit, which is why the Orioles have given up more home runs, I think, in the last 3 years with 2 strikes and no balls than anybody in the American League. But up here, you've got a real good chance of getting that strikeout. So there's a fine line. And if you're going to make it in the American League East, you got to make sure you make fewer mistakes than the other guys do. Rob, I just struck you out.
Hey, you know what? I got a chance to bat on masn.